Hello and welcome back. This is the third video in the series of Chen Manqing's 37 movements, Grasp the Sparrow's Tail, which consists of ward off, roll back, press and push. As I said before, this is the third video, so if you haven't watched the two other videos that we've been layering on, you want to go back and look at those. Also, you want to go look at how to do the bow stance properly if you don't know how to do that. Today, we'll be adding on the right hand for the other hand. We've been slowly, we first did the waist, then we did the left hand, now we're going to add the right hand, so we're doing pretty much the whole move now. In each video I've been leading with the left leg, so I'm going to continue doing that, but make sure you practice on both sides. So, we're going to start by getting in our bow posture, left leg leading, make sure our bow posture is correct, right in the front, refer to the video if you don't understand, and we're going to put our weight in the back, turn the waist, and square it off to this direction. Now, before we had gotten up to this point using the left hand and using the waist. Now we're going to have the right hand. And this is our starting point, okay? Doesn't matter which side you start on. If the left leg is leading, the left hand is on the bottom. On the other side, if the right leg is leading, the right hand is on the bottom. So here we start with what is called hold the ball. And the left hand is down by the dantian, about a fist width away from the body. The right hand is on top, right above the solar plexus at the bottom of the heart, okay? And the hands are in front of the body on this center line. Not like this, don't twist. Remember, we want to keep the spine straight, not twisted. And let's begin. So as we bring the weight, turn the waist into the front foot, this left hand comes up to pull and ward off, and the right hand is just basically following along. And notice how the ball gets smaller, okay? Let me do that again, I'll back up. And remember, if you looked at the video before, we're just doing this, but with the other hand added, okay? So once again, start with holding the ball, weight in the back, waist squared off to this direction, towards the camera. And as we perform ward off, the left hand rises, and this right hand is just coming in and getting a little closer. And when we end up in the posture called ward off, it's almost like we're holding a large grapefruit. Okay, and this is the end of ward off. So let's do that one more time. Going back. Let's actually do it a couple of times just so you can see we're just doing ward off here. In a second we'll add in roll back. And you can actually do this like a little form, so you can practice with me right here. Do it one more time. Keep the elbows down and in. Make the movements round. Okay, let's go back to our beginning. Okay, we're holding the ball. Make sure your hands are right. Make sure you're not twisted. Pay attention to your knee. Make sure you're not collapsing. Make sure the feet are in the proper position. The feet will get outside the proper position. Bring them back in. Okay, this is important to open the waist. Now we're going to do ward off and roll back. So we're doing the ward off here, and remember we keep turning. Here, remember this left hand, the fingers point straight up. Now this right hand comes down, and this is setting up for rollback. And what you're doing is you're offering a forearm to an opponent so they can push on it. So we end up here. Okay, let's go back to the beginning and review that for a second. Ward off. Keep turning the waist, keep the weight in the front. The right forearm comes down, the palm is facing in, and we're setting up for rollback. Let's do that a couple more times. And then we'll go all the way through. Ward off. Setting up for rollback. We haven't done rollback yet, we'll do it in a second. Return to the beginning. Ward off. Here we're setting up for rollback. One more time. Remember, go nice and slow. Ward off. And there we are. Okay? The waist is slightly turned out, but keep the knee over the toe, keep the weight in the front. Here, the forearm is facing towards our opponent, the palm is facing in, the right palm. The left the fingers are pointing straight up. Okay? Now, let's do ward off and roll back, the whole thing. This will be a mini form. Okay, we're doing 2 moves. Later we'll add on press and push, but we're just doing ward off and roll back. So ward off, keep the waist turning, weights in the front, weights in the front, weights in the front. Set up the roll back and roll back. Hands come in and down. Turn the waist and the hands reset, holding the ball. Ward off. Set up a roll back, keep the weight in front until we roll back, turning the waist, hands come in and down. Now, I find a lot of students, a lot of new beginners, watch my right hand. Watch my right hand as I do roll back. And I bet you're probably, if this is the first time you're doing this, you're probably going to also do this. And a lot of people don't want to let this right hand come down. I haven't figured out why, but they keep it up here. Okay, make sure this hand comes down and around. Okay, and reset. Ward off, and we'll do it 3 times together. Roll back. Hold the ball, starting point. Ward off. Roll back. Hold the ball. Ward off. Roll back. And back to our starting point. Now you can do that over and over again. It's a nice form. Pay attention to your knees if you're practicing it again and again. Don't burn your knees out. If your waist isn't open yet and you keep doing this and you're twisting your knees, you're going to hurt your knees. So pay attention to your knees. If you have trouble with your knees, take a smaller stance in the beginning. Okay? This is more taxing on the knees if your waist isn't open. So start small. It's important to move from the waist, keep the elbows in, and pay attention to all the principles I talked about. So please practice, and once you get good at this, go on to the next video. Thank you.